Hello, everyone. This is Week once again with another review, and today I'm going to review, as you see, the latest fragrance released by the house of Creed Centaurus. Creed Centaurus. I heard about it when I watched the very interesting review of Catherine Call couple of days ago, and she did a fantastic review, and I was kind of puzzled to try this fragrance as soon as I can, and then finally I managed to get a sample of this latest fragrance, and they also released another fragrance that is kind of twin fragrance of this one is a Delphinus, and I haven't tried that one. I tried Centaurus because I thought it's more manly and it's more interesting to try. But finally, I realized both are unisex fragrances, as is a new trend nowadays, which I'm not very keen of this new trend of unisex fragrances, because I like to have fragrances for guys and I like to have fragrances for broads. Never mind. This fragrance, Crit Centaurus, is a oriental spicy fragrance for women and men. Released in 2024. Top notes are tobacco, cinnamon, cardamom, and black pepper. Heart notes are sandalwood, patchouli, heliothrope, jasmine, and geranium. Base notes are benzoin, bourbon vanilla, tolu balsam, tonka bean, and ambroxan. Haha, they use ambroxan. And main accords are warm and spicy, amber, vanilla, powdery, sweet, tobacco, woody, cinnamon, balsamic, and aromatic. So, what is this fragrance about? Creed Centaurus is a new fragrance for women and men, launched in 2024 as a part of Oriental Universe collection. This amber spicy fragrance begins with the opulent spicy blast from cardamom, smoky tobacco, fiery cinnamon, and a dash of black pepper. The heart is composed of heavy buckets of jasmine, heliothrope, geranium, elevated by creamy sandalwood and earthy patchouli. The blend nestle on a robust woody base of ambroxan, benzoin, tolo balsam, and bourbon vanilla, creating an irresistible blah 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 long lasting scent trail. Okay, I didn't know that ambroxan is a woody base, but ambroxan is a molecule, is a synthetic molecule actually. Hello, I don't know who's online. Whoever you are welcome. What is all about this fragrance? It's true, it's oriental, it's sweet, it's spicy, has a cinnamony touch. Immediately reminded me of Carlyle by Layton, and Red Tobacco by Mancera, and a couple of scent ago, and also reminded me of Spice Bomb by Victor and Rolf. Well, uh, how we can explain that? This is this is not a bad fragrance by itself. If you like that type of fragrances, that type of sweet, spicy, ambroxan, fragrances, you might love this one. But it is not a Creed. Little bit reminded me also of Royal Oud by Creed. Little bit. But this is not we expected from Creed. We expected more than this. We expected that Creed be above average mainstream fragrances. And one more point, we don't even know who the hell is the perfumer, because before always was mentioned Oliver Creed. Now nobody, we don't know, unknown perfumer, and they did that with Creed Aventus Absolute, and now they repeated with this one. Unknown perfumer. It's a little bit shady for me. because I really like to know who is the perfumer behind this. You know, Creed doesn't belong anymore to the Creed family. Creed company is now part of the Kering luxury brand company, and they own Gucci, they own Yves Saint Laurent, and also they own now Creed. So a little bit weird. Who is the perfumer of this fragrance? I want to know who's the perfumer, because I don't think a brand like Creed will make a fragrances without a perfumer. And before, they were always telling us that this is made by Oliver Creed, this is made by Oliver Creed and Pierre Bourdon. No, now it's an unknown perfumer. Okay, if somebody know who's the perfumer behind this, just drop the comment on the comment section. Reminded me immediately of Red Tobacco by Mancera, Carlyle by Layden, and also Spice Bomb by Victor Rolf. Okay, you like that type of fragrances, it's fine. But don't you think that for a fragrance that costs above $400, you deserve to get a more selected fragrance, more unique fragrance than a fragrance that you can buy for $95? Because I can buy Spice Bomb for $80. It's a fantastic fragrance, and I don't think I need to buy a similar fragrance from Creed for $400, or even Red Tobacco by Mancera. I can have it for $110, $120, and why I have to pay $400 to get a copy of that? I'm not telling it's a copy, but I'm telling it's a twin brothers, or it's on the same ballpark anyway, and it's for sure they wanted to follow the trend and they wanted to not miss the train, so they catch up the trend and they release that fragrance, which is a good fragrance. It's not a bad fragrance, but it's not Creed. It's not what we used to have, because Creed before was a kind of milestone, was a kind of benchmark. Others were making a copy of Creed. You know, when Creed Aventus was released, I remember it was like a shooting star. Everybody were puzzled how it smell, how they made that smell, how great it is. And now Creed became a kind of following the trends of others, and then obviously it's not anymore a prime fragrance brand as it used to be, because it became a kind of mainstream, almost designer fragrance maker. There is nothing special about this fragrance. It's a real deja vu. It's a real spicy deja vu fragrance that probably you have smelled. Even reminded me a little bit of Downhill Desire Red. And Downhill Desire Red was released in 2000. So what the hell they are doing? And sure it is oriental, sure it is spicy, sure does it smell tobacco, but all of that to get a $400 bottle, and only by brand of Creed, they dare to sell like $200. It even smells synthetic to me. I'm sorry to say. They were used to say that Creed fragrances were made by natural ingredients, but here I really smell synthetic. I feel it's a synthetic fragrance. So I don't know. Really, I'm puzzled. The quality has changed, and or there is something going wrong with this fragrance. I even detect a little hint of Ombre Noir by Lalique, but I prefer Ombre Noir by Lalique to this one. So what's going wrong with the Creed house? I really don't know. To me, it's not anymore the same quality they used to have before, and it's a very pleasant cash grab, and certainly they are going to have a big bust out of this. Sure, I agree with you, but if they are going to become a top seller with Centaurus, well, maybe they did it right. But for me, it's a deja vu. It's a kind of, I'm not telling you it's a waste of money, but yeah, it's a kind of not necessary. If you have a spice bomb, if you have a bondage by Amway, or if you have red tobacco by Mansura or Carlisle by Leyden, I don't think you need this. If you don't have all those, then why not try? Give it a try. If you really love it, then buy it. But this doesn't smell like a Creed fragrance to me. I'm sorry to say. This is very synthetic, very harsh, and I really got disappointed. I expected something, at least something more dashing, something more daring. But they try to just follow the trend of a couple of bestsellers and they end up with this. Okay, why not? Absolutely, why not? It's a choice, but to me, this is not a big release. I'm sorry, this is not a big release. This is very average release, and it's not even Creed for me. This is a very synthetic, very. It's like any other designer fragrance, and you know, Creed used to be a prime brand, and now if you have to pay for a prime brand and then you get a designer fragrance at the end, sorry, folks, I think there is somewhere there is something wrong, you know, because the quality is not here, and even the fact they use ambroxan. What the hell? Why they have to use ambroxan? Ambroxan, it's a synthetic molecule that they use to replace amber. Why they don't have the natural amber? Why they don't use a natural amber instead of ambroxan? Ambroxan was first used for Sauvage by Christian Dior. And later they started to use in many other fragrances, but it's a cheap molecule that reduced the cost. Okay? Here it's an expensive fragrance that costs over $400. Why they need to use ambroxan? Question mark. Nobody will answer probably to my question, but no, I will not buy this. And my opinion is, if you got Spice Bomb, if you got Red Tobacco Red by Mansura, if you have Carlisle, if you have even Downhill Red Desire, I don't think you really need to buy this one, okay? But it's up to you, you know. After all, you can buy anything you want at the moment that you really like that fragrance. And if you really like that fragrance, if you really dig for that fragrance, go for it. So why not? Why not? Why not? My opinion is only mine, and you have to make your own opinion by testing a fragrance. I test it. I really test it. My view is based on a sample test that I tested for 24 hours, and it's lasting. Does last 8-10 hours on my skin. It's the sillage is good. The scent trail is not bad, but it's nothing special about Centaurus by Creed. Okay, it's a deja vu fragrance for me. Similar to others, nothing special about it. Expensive, overpriced, and I'm sorry to say, it really does smell synthetic. So I'm not going to pay $400 for a synthetic fragrance, which I can have it for $90 at any discounters. A very similar or even far better fragrance than this one. So this is my take on Creed Centaurus, by the latest, one of the latest released by the House of Creed. I'm disappointed, and I really love to know your opinion about it. Have you tested, or are you going to give your opinion on upon this? Just drop a comment on the comment section. And again, thanks to Catherine Call for just letting me know about this fragrance, because I even haven't heard about it before. And now I realize that this fragrance has popped up a lot, reviews on YouTube, and okay, I wanted to give you my fair opinion. And it's only my opinion. Nobody else have to follow my opinion, of course. And wear only what you want to wear. And remember, don't follow the hype, because the hype might fool you. God bless you all. Have a great Sunday. And until we talk again, cheerio.